Okay, we're looking at mixed exercise 10 from the first year core textbook. So we're on trigonometry. And we're given something in terms of sine x and cosine x, and then asked to find tan x. Okay, so let's have a think about that. Okay, so this is going to be using your identities, and tan x is sine x over cos x. So first thing I'm going to do, well, I'm going to multiply those brackets out. So the left-hand side, so just on the left-hand side, so I've got 2 sine x plus 4 cos x equals sine x plus 5 cos x. Then I'm going to collect all my like terms together. So I'm going to minus the sine x from the left-hand side. So basically I've got 2 sine x minus sine x. So that's just sine x. And then on the right-hand side, I'm going to minus the 4 cos x. So I've got 5 cos x minus 4 cos x, which is just cos x. And then we know that tan x is sine x over cos x. So if I divide through by cos x, and just be careful, it's going to be tempting to write 0 there, don't fall into that trap. So if I divide through by cos x, I'm just left with 1, and that's what tan x is. Okay, so why are they saying exact value? Let's just double check that. Yeah, okay, it threw me a bit. I was expecting to end up with a fraction there. Okay, and then so 6b, it's a similar question, it just looks a little bit more complicated. Okay, so let's write it out. So this time we've got trig ratios in terms of x and y. So, but my aim is still the same, basically to make tan x by doing sine x over cos x. And the same with the y. So that equals, oh no, I missed a bit off that. So 3 cos x sine, okay, sine y, and then that all equals, run out of room, 2 sine x sine y minus 4 cos x cos y, right, just. Okay, so, well, actually, I tell you what, I might not rearrange this. I might start cancelling straight off, because, so I want tan y and tan x. So how do I get tan y? Well, tan y, so tan y I'm going to get from sine y over cos y. So I'm going to cancel or divide the whole thing through, so every single term through, by cos y. I think this might just end up being a slightly neater way of doing it than rearranging first. So let's take it term by term. So, well, there I've got cos y over cos y. So I'm just left with the sine x. Then I've got sine y over cos y, which we've already said is tan y. So I've got the 3 cos x still, and then the sine y over cos y can become tan y. Then I've got sine y over cos y again, so that's another tan y. So again, I've still got the 2 sine x, and then the sine y over cos y is tan y, and then I've got cos y over cos y, which just cancels, so minus 4 cos x. Right, so let's use the same logic to get tan x. So tan x, let's move the whole thing up, can't I? Right, so tan x is sine x over cos x. So let's try dividing everything through by cos x. Let's see what happens. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, so what's going to happen here? Well, so sine x over, so sine x over cos x is tan x. That's what I'm aiming for. Then I've got cos x over cos x, so that's cancelling. So I'll just be left with 3 tan y. Then I've got another sine x over cos x, so that's tan x. So I've still got the 2, and then I've got tan x, and I've got that tan y, and then I've got cos x over cos x. So that's just going to be minus 4. Let's get rid of this left over a bit from before. Okay, right, so that's brilliant. So now everything's in terms of tan x and tan y. I've just got to get it in the form they wanted. So they want me to express tan y in terms of tan x. So basically I want tan y as the subject. So I'm going to get all my terms with tan y in together on one side. So I'm just to avoid having too many negatives, I'm going to take my tan y's over to the right-hand side. So I'm going to leave that tan x where it is, and I'm going to add the 4 over. I'm going to leave the 2 tan x, tan y where it is, and I'm going to minus 3 tan y. It's perfectly fine if you'd have taken all your tan y's over to the left-hand side. You just would have had more negatives there. That's only downside. Okay, so then the trick with any question like this, doesn't have to be trig if you're trying to make something the subject, is you're going to factorize. So if I take tan y out as a common factor, okay, and then I can divide through by those brackets. And then I'm just going to check the question again and make sure I've got it the right way around. So did they want tan y in terms of tan x? Yes, they did. Brilliant. So that, we'll just double check it. That is going to be my answer. So I want tan x plus 4 over 2 tan x minus 3. Yeah, we're good.